So imagine that you and your twin brother decide that you want to have a little fun for your birthday. So what do? You go on an intergalactic scavenger hunt. So that's exactly what Kwarq and Patty do. They actually come to Earth to complete their scavenger hunt. Now, Earth is a little different from their home planet because their home planet, they are a very friendly, peaceful people, and Earth is not so much. I mean, they are a very sensitive people. And when I say they're sensitive, like they have a heightened sense of all their senses. And they can even smell your feelings. So being on Earth is a little taxing for them because they can sense and smell everything that we're feeling. And for the most part, they're like, dang, these folks are miserable. So Kwarq ends up smelling something unlike anything he has ever smelled before. And his brother looks at him and he's like, is that what I think it is? And yes, it is exactly what his brother thinks it is. And what is that, you might ask? And so what is it exactly? Kwarq's heart, it starts to beat. And you're probably like, heart? Yeah, he has 2 hearts. The first heart is for when he finds his perfect match out in the universe. That's how he knows she's the one. And so what does he do for months? He ends up stalking the woman that he came in contact with. Because she is his let, which basically means she's his heart. Literally. You see, for his species, the males have 2 hearts. When they meet their perfect match, when they come in contact with her for the first time, their first heart starts to beat until it's in sync with their mate. And so he stays on planet Earth for months, stalking her, waiting for the perfect opportunity to introduce himself. So he's been stalking her for months, including going to the movies, just so he can be in proximity with her. But little does he know, in her mind, she's decided that he's movie bae. And she's literally been telling her sisters all about this super hot guy that she has noticed, and she wants to introduce herself. So that's what she does. She introduces herself to this man. And guess what? He is so awestruck, he's literally speechless. And she's like, oh, this is awkward. So what does she do? She tucks her tail and she's like, okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I know you're not interested. Let me leave you alone. And so he follows her actually back to get on her bus. Yeah, because he's like, oh, I missed my opportunity. Let me try again. And so he does just that. He tries again. Yep. So he finally builds up the courage to talk to her when they get on the bus. Now, Amina, that's our main character. She's still a little apprehensive now because, let me tell you, homegirl is scared of her own shadow. She is literally the epitome of imagines the worst possible scenario, period. And so she's thinking, maybe this guy's a stalker, but I'm a little scared and I have to go back to my apartment. He says he'll walk with me. I feel semi-safe, so whatever, let's just go. So she lets him walk her back to her apartment. So he walks her back to her apartment and she goes inside. But remember, he has heightened senses. So what happens? He uses his full speed. And let me tell you, he's faster than any human possibly could be. So of course, she sees him and she freaks out. So what ends up happening is he wants to explain to her exactly what is going on, right? And so he's like, come back to my apartment and I'll tell you exactly what you saw. There's no need for you to be afraid. So what ends up happening when she goes back to his apartment? Yeah, she can't resist temptation and they end up tangling in the sheet. And so what ends up happening? You get pregnant. Instantaneously. He has super sperm. And of course, Amina does what she does best. She freaks out. And she's like, I can't have this baby. Or this thing, rather. So he's like, you know what? I'll take you back to my home planet. And there we will, do what we need to do so this does not happen, okay? So if you are interested in reading a little bit of science fiction / alien romance where it's clearly love at first sight / fated mates, I suggest you go pick this book up. And then let me know what you think of it.